started. So we're going to hit record, and as some of you know, you've been on here before, we are doing our Talk of the Town series, which is our alternative to in-person networking. So brought to you by your Chamber of Commerce for Maple Ridge and Pitt Meadows. I'm Flora Koehn, Executive Director here at the Chamber, and we want everyone to be able to tell us what's going on with you, your business, and get that sent out and let everyone see it. So depending on amount of people, we generally would only allow 5 minutes, but because it's a smaller group, we can do a little bit longer and do question and answer too as well. So if you do have questions, we ask that everyone be on mute if you're not speaking, presenting. And if you have questions, the chat is available to put your questions in there. And I think that covers it. So like I said, we are recording. This will get shared through our social media, YouTube, etc. So keep that in mind. And with that, we will get started. So our first speaker is, I believe, Leanne with Ridge Meadows Recycling. Go ahead, Leanne.
Thank you. So we, can't find my name. Oh, there we are. So we are a nonprofit society that works in partnership with the City of Maple Ridge. We do the curbside recycling pickup here for single family homes and apartments. We also have a program for businesses to have the recycling picked up. And we also run the Maple Ridge Recycling Depot. So next slide, please. And when COVID started, we were designated an essential service as part of the waste management industry. So we stayed open the whole time. We adapted to the different regulations that were coming in. We got a safety plan in place for our staff right away. Our doors have always been open. We had a limit on the number of cars allowed in the depot for a little while, and then slowly expanded that, and now it's back open again. We're asking visitors to follow the social distancing regulations of staying 2 meters apart and also wearing a mask or face covering when they come to the depot. So there's definitely busy times at the depot. We get about 500 cars a day. So if everybody's kind of converging on the same area, just be aware of who's around you. I think people are just starting to get into the habit of having a mask or face covering with them when they go out. So please bring one or wear one when you come to the depot as well. I think it's the same thing as like trying to bring your reusable mug with you. You just have to get into that habit. Next slide, please. So our organization has been around for over 45 years, and over the years we've received a lot of different awards for the different things we do. These are two that we received recently, one for collecting used oil, motor oil, and another for cell phone collection. Next slide, please. The recycling depot is open 7 days a week. We're only closed on Christmas and New Year's. A lot of people might only know us from the curbside collection that goes through their neighborhood, but we do have a drop-off depot in South Maple Ridge, right near the old Albion Ferry, if you know where that was. And we accept so many different things there, over 200 items. If you can go to our website and find that A to Z list, there's a whole bunch of different things that we can accept under extended producer responsibility programs there. And so with COVID, we decided to do some online content and start really pushing all the things that we accept at the recycling depot. So we've created a bunch of videos, including this next one that is just an overview of all the things we accept. And then in other videos, we do a bit more of a deep dive into different programs and items. So if you can go to the next slide and start the video, that would be great. And you might not be sharing your sound, but it's a really cool music going do 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 do. You can imagine more, or if anybody else wants to sing. Thank you. So that gives you an idea of some of the things that are accepted at the depot, and our industry is always changing. So the hard thing is we'll produce something like that, and then, you know, a year and a half later, we can't use it anymore because something's changed in it, and we don't want to be sending out the wrong information. So a topic that has recently gained a lot of awareness is plastic waste, especially single-use items. All levels of government have taken a lot of action recently on this topic, and have talked about bans, the federal government talking about banning single-use items in 2021. The provincial government has just rolled out a plan to add a lot of the items that aren't covered in the stewardship programs to those programs. The extended producer responsibility programs are kind of unique to BC in the way that they're set up, but they're definitely a template the rest of the world is picking up on. And they put all the responsibility for end of life of a product with the industry and the retailers and the manufacturers who create that product. So those people are responsible for creating a free drop-off service and having a safe end of life at the end of them. So BC is definitely a leader in this area. Single-use plastic is a huge problem in terms of the effect it has on the oceans, of course. And I think we can go to the next slide to see a bit more about that. Plastic itself is not evil, but there is way too much of it that is used for things that are readily disposable. And the problem with plastic, and part of why it's so good in some areas, is because it never goes away. It doesn't break down. Biodegradable plastic is an oxymoron. It just gets into smaller and smaller pieces and enters the food stream at different areas. So it can be microscopic, and all the way up to, of course, plastic bags that whales and cows have now been eating and are killing them. So recently we celebrated or encourage people to join the Plastic Free July Challenge. This started in Australia about 11 years ago, and it's to encourage people to be aware of the amount of plastic that they consume and try to shift from something that is disposable to something that is reusable and can be used multiple times. So if you have a chance to go check out the plasticfreejuly.org website, there's more information there. You don't have to go cold turkey, no plastic at once, but it's to kind of take a look at what your usage is. And there's a couple of live streams that we have that we're going to be rolling out on Facebook again, that some of our summer students did every year, that they did the Plastic Free July Challenge, and they talk about what was difficult and what they did, and where they fell down a little bit and that kind of stuff, and some of the challenges. We also recently co-hosted a free screening of The Story of Plastic. And it's a great show if you get a chance to see it. We also can host screenings of A Plastic Ocean, which is another one talking about ocean plastic. Great topic to learn more about. It's incredibly complex, and an interesting one for everybody to try and get their head around to see how we can start moving forward on this. The biggest one, of course, turn off the tap, stop making it to begin with, and find alternatives. Next slide. That's it. So don't forget to mark Waste Reduction Week coming up in October in your calendars. If you have any questions about any recycling issues, please go to our website. If the answer is not there, please feel free to phone us or email us, and I'd be happy to answer all of your recycling questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Leanne. That was great. Were there any questions for Leanne? You can feel free to unmute yourself or send something in the chat.
I just wanted to jump in and say,
go ahead, Morgan.
Say a cool concept on the video there. I like the little pop-up showing where everything goes. And I know me and my family go down there at least once a year, and it's amazing how much stuff you guys can take back.
Yeah, and you know, my fear is that people don't know, so they're throwing it in the garbage. So like, check with us first, please.
Is there any information on your website, Leanne, about the Waste Reduction Week, like what people can do? Are there what are the ways to participate? Yeah, for the best place to go to look for it is their Waste Reduction Week website itself. As it gets closer to October, I'll post more about it. They kind of focus on a different item each day. So one will be talking about textile waste and fast fashion. Another day they'll talk about the circular economy. Lots of different topics. Plastics, of course, is one of them. Great, thank you. Any other questions for Leanne? Okay, so we're going to move on to our next presenter, which is Kayla Bell. Kayla is the event coordinator for Meadow Gardens Golf Club. Go ahead, Kayla, just unmute yourself.
Hello, you can't see me, but you can hear me. I'm sorry, my
Yes.
computer is not working here. So yes, I am the event coordinator here at Meadow Gardens Golf Course in Pitt Meadows. Yeah, so I'm just going to kind of go through what we have and what we've been doing through the whole COVID time. It's definitely been strange world in the event world. It's definitely something that's crazy and something that we're day by day, and I keep telling clients that it's kind of day by day, week by week kind of thing here, because we just don't know. Like last week we had new news that kind of changed a bit for everyone. So I'll kind of just go through, yeah, all our different locations, what we have, restaurants, whatnot. I'll start with events and how we're doing weddings and events and whatnot. So we have been doing a few events, not a lot, and a few weddings, but again, not a lot as of what we would be doing right now in the season. So that picture on the screen is going to be an example of, we did a tournament and we had a buffet set up. The buffet is along the back side of the tables there, sanitizer at the front of the buffet, arrows going which way, and distance along the buffet. The guest, I have my staff stand in the middle and they plate up all the food. So it is a staff serviced buffet. The guests are touching nothing but their plate at the very end, and then they take their cutlery and go grab their seat. We do have and are allowed to do tables of 6 at this current time. With all of our events, we are doing tables of 4 or 6. Lots of things that are going into place with events, that's for sure. That was a celebration of life we did last weekend. So we had our Sherwood room upstairs on our main top level. Usually can hold up to 90 people, but right there it's set for 4 tables of 6 there. So a bit different, but a smaller amount of people. We have had to close off all of our dance floors. So that was a new order as of Thursday. So that was, again, a week by week thing that just changes that we don't know about, right? So that was Thursday for us. So, I mean, obviously Celebration of Life didn't have a dance floor, but for all of our August weddings now, that's something that's had to change. No dancing events done by 11 o'clock. No bar service. It's something that is now going to have to be serviced at the tables. So our bartender is going to have to go up to the tables, get their drink orders from there, as everyone must be seated at their tables. So that is new and something we're going with. So that's how our events are going. We've been doing wedding ceremonies as well. We have done some small ones where we are just keeping groups of people together, tables or chairs side by side of couples or families that are all in the same groupings. Of course, everyone knows that you cannot hold any more than 50 people at this current time. So we have been doing events with 50 or less. With weddings, we did create a new package during this COVID time. We put in a 2020 mini COVID all-inclusive package, which for $6,000 gets you everything included. So everything, food and beverage, you get appetizers, cocktail reception, ceremony, everything, staff, event coordinator, everyone coming with it. So more information can be found on our website in regards to that, or even contacting myself. As far as our restaurants go, our Loft Lounge and Eatery upstairs does still remain closed at this current time, but we do have our Wedge Bar and Grill on our main level open. That is something that we've kept open since I believe we opened at the beginning of June, that restaurant. That's open 7 days a week. So from 11 a.m. to close Monday to Thursday, that's our patio there. And then we have on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 9 a.m. so people can enjoy breakfast during the weekend all the way till close. Lots of golfers out there. As you can tell, we have tables of 6. You could see 2 of those tables as well. They are all socially distanced. All of our staff and banquet staff wear masks when they are serving. And washing our hands every second that we can get to do it. It's definitely at different times for sure, but something we're plugging along and trying our best to do everything that goes by the rules. Golf course has stayed open the whole time, was open to our members for the month of April and May, and then we did reopen to public in mid-May. And that's been going well. We have marshals throughout the day that are on the course with the social distance and all that in place, signage everywhere, staffing and whatnot. All the pro shop has either the credit card machines can be done, and they're on our ledge, so all barriers are in place. So yeah, lots of different new ways, but for sure something we're doing is the restaurant, and between the weddings and events, trying to keep everyone safe and healthy. Other than that, I think that kind of covers everything that we kind of have. Our Loft restaurant, even though it does remain closed, we do have our Loft to go three package deals. So you can always order, same chef doing all the meals to go. So that's something that can be ordered directly through myself or calling to our restaurant. All that information is also found online. So yeah, that's kind of news at Meadow Gardens and what we're doing with everything here. That's kind of all I have to say.
Great, thank you, Kayla. And I have to say good news about the Loft delivery, because I had a salad there and I can't stop thinking about it. It was so good. So, any questions for Kayla?
Yeah, Kayla, I was just wondering, because I actually shoot wedding photos and videos.
Yeah, your last name sounds familiar to me.
Yeah. And we weren't sure when we heard that new no dancing rule. Do you know if the couple can dance together? Like their first dance?
I am allowing the couple to do their first dance because obviously they're living together at home and together side by side. So how is that not possible, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and if they do want to have their parent dance, I'm not stopping them from doing that, so they can do that. And after that, I'm just going to be getting the MC or whoever's talking to do an announcement saying the dance floor does remain closed at this time. No more dancing can kind of take place. They can have a DJ or music, but I mean, people can dance on their seat if they want to, I guess. But yeah, it's something that's going to be new to us. So I have a wedding on August 8th, so 2 weddings. So we'll kind of see how that goes from there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, we have one early September, and we weren't sure like how many events of the day are being scrapped from the timeline now.
Yeah, totally. For you guys, obviously, that's taken a change for sure.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
I do have one
Sean,
question. Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
So in terms of events, do you have a PDF or an outline for those who would like to host events in terms of, how many people you can have and some of the parameters that you've set out so that we can think about hosting events at your facility?
Yeah, so we do have some in our, it's kind of in our wedding, on our events website. So if you go onto our main website and then click on events, you'll be able to go to our main events page. On there is our wedding packages in the wedding package, and also in listed on our website, we have procedures in place. So a bunch of different things listed of what's different. For example, like no coat check, the washroom doors are propped open and checked every 30 minutes, and only allowing 2 guests in our bathroom. And then everything stating about the 6 guests per table, all that kind of stuff is all listed on our website or in our packages. But feel free at any time, if you are interested, to shoot me an email, and I can always send you over some information directly, just so you have it direct in front of you. I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
Thank you.
Kayla, are you okay with sharing your email address?
Yeah. Kayla at Meadow Gardens with an S.com. Yeah, and any takeout or anything, you guys, if you are interested, can be called, myself can be called or emailed, or a restaurant, and it's picking up right in our restaurant in case anyone doesn't feel safe or anything at this time to dine. We are doing takeout, and that is available for sure.
Okay, and then the website we have listed here, meadowgardensgolf.com. That's where we can find that information too.
Lots of information, and if you can't find anything directly, just shoot me an email.
Great, thank you.
Go to video.
Any other questions for Kayla? No golfers on here? A definite no for me. So, all right, we're gonna move on to. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kayla. So we're gonna move on to Morgan, who was just speaking earlier in regard with Kayla. Morgan MacLean, video marketing specialist with MacLean Media. So go ahead, Morgan.
Hi. So yeah, this will be pretty quick. Just a quick update on how COVID has been changing things for us. A big part of our work is shooting weddings. So obviously that was mostly canceled this year. We went from about 26 weddings to I think 4 now for the entire year. So, but you know, everybody's getting married eventually, so they're all just pushing it back till next year. Nobody's getting divorced or pre-divorced or anything like that. It just means that 2021 will be an insane year for weddings for any type of wedding vendor. So, you know, if you know anybody getting married or planning on getting married, you better let them know, book soon, because 2021 will be insanely busy. And finally, I've got so the weddings that we shoot that at a different website called the MacLeans.ca. This is MacLean.media. This is where I shoot more corporate shoots, small promo videos for local companies. Yeah, you can go to the website there. So I've recently created this video kind of introducing myself and what I do and why I do what I do. And I just want to throw an offer out there. I'm willing to create a video like this for up to 2 people watching today, free of charge, just to kind of keep my skills sharp. So if you like the way this video looks and you want something similar, let me know.
MacLean Media. Something that I find a lot of fulfillment with in my work is the ability to help my community prosper. I've lived in Pitt Meadows my entire life, and I've watched it grow from a small town to a bustling city. I really find joy knowing that I can reach out to local business owners that I can tell are trying to make my community a better place and help them grow. Of course, this aspect of my work doesn't just apply to Pitt Meadows. I view Pitt Meadows as my hometown, but BC is a part of my larger community. This means that if there's any other local companies that I know are helping make my larger community a better place, I find a lot of joy in helping them grow as well. I try to think of myself not just as a videographer, but also as a video marketing specialist. What I mean by this is that I think of a videographer as someone who just shows up with a camera, points it in the right direction, and pushes the record button when they're told to. Whereas as a video marketing specialist, I try to be more hands-on and personal with my approach. This means that I'm going to sit down with my clients, really get to know them and what makes them passionate about what they do, as well as come up with a plan with them to help them overcome their obstacles and reach their business goals. One type of video that I specialize in to help my clients is something called a video business card. This is a short form video that really brings out the passion that you have for your business and shows potential clients what sets you apart from your competition. I really like the format of a video business card because it adds a little more of a personal touch instead of feeling like just another commercial. I know that I personally feel like I'm much more likely to do business with somebody if I've gotten to know them a little bit, and that's the goal of a video business card. Creating videos for my clients doesn't always just mean improving sales. You can also use videos to train your staff or educate your customers or showcase a new product release or really anywhere in between. The main goal with creating videos should be to either save you time, money, or to build trust with you and your clients, or all 3. So if this interests you at all, please feel free to reach out to me. You can shoot me an email, and I'd love to meet up in person to discuss your needs with you.
Yeah, so if there's anybody interested in receiving something similar like that, we can definitely discuss it. Feel free to visit my website or send me an email. And, you know, it is a bit of a process. It involves sitting down for about an hour together and really hashing out the details of your business and then coming back around a week later to do the actual shoot. But it's something I'd be happy to do. Yeah, I think that's it for me. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Morgan. So what are your changes to protocols? Like, when you're meeting with people or shooting, those types of things with COVID?
Yeah. Well, of course, it's very weird when somebody inquires with us for a wedding and we can't even shake their hands or anything. It took a while to get used to that. It felt like we were being very rude for the first couple months, but everybody understands now. And lately we've been doing a lot of engagement shoots and you know, little free like wedding style shoots. So not an actual wedding, but just kind of make it look like a wedding. So we have some for our portfolio. And of course we wear a mask when we're doing that. And luckily most of them are outside. So it's not really an issue staying, you know, the 2 meters apart or anything like that. So yeah, really, yeah. Luckily we don't have like an actual physical place of business. So we haven't had to make any major changes, but just kind of adapting to having a slower season. But it's actually, in some ways it's nice because we're working on smaller, less like less pressure filled shoots that help us hone our skills a little bit more. So hopefully by next year, we'll be more confident than ever before with our skills. So.
Well, you know, we had you do video for us for our last Business Excellence Awards, and you know, you were great, and we just wanted to make sure we let everyone know you were such a professional and what wonderful to work with. Again, we were able to, you know, shake hands and sit at the boardroom table and talk during that time, but we did want to say a great job on our awards, the videos you did for us last year. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Lori.
Any questions for Morgan? And Morgan, you said the email for you is correct, right? hello@themacleans.ca.
Oh, you know, that'll work. That's actually my wedding business email, but that'll work just fine. If you
want to give
us, yeah, the actual email I prefer is hello@MacLean.media.
hello@MacLean.media.
Yep.
Okay, and then the website.
That's correct there. Yeah.
Okay. We'll make sure that's updated when we do the recap. We'll put that information in your contact info for you.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, so no questions.
Yeah, raise your hand there.
I do, yeah. It's exciting to meet you, Morgan, because yeah, we obviously make videos and do a lot different times. We love having event videos as well when we do our events. So I'm happy to meet you and know about you, and hope to work with you in the future.
Nice to meet you as well. Hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you.
And that might be something too, maybe if you and Kayla could connect with those weddings coming up as some way to, you know, help her with putting those programs together, or you know what they're offering with a little video to follow it if they don't already have someone doing that. So
yeah, I've noticed like not a lot of wedding venues actually utilize video marketing, but especially now with COVID, people don't necessarily want to go tour a place or, you know, have to go physically see 10 different locations before they decide which one they like. So yeah, like a video walk.
Well, and that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was thinking connecting with Kayla.
Down, so I will connect with you, Morgan, for sure. And
good.
Something to, we with our whole new mini package, it'd be great to do something like that, or
yeah, we've had to adjust as well to create these little 2-hour packages and figure out what we can offer in that time.
Totally. So yeah, I'll be in touch for sure.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, if there's no other questions, then we'll wrap it up. Everybody muted, so we're good. All right, well, thank you everyone for presenting, and I'm glad we were able to connect, and that's what we're all about. Chamber is here for support, business, small business, community, nonprofit organizations. We're just here to help with any questions you have. Please reach out to us, members. You know, it's important. We want to make sure everyone knows what's available to them and how to manage through this time. So please reach out if you have any questions. And with that, we'll wrap it up, and I'll just say take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thanks, Lori. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. You too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.